Busy weekend in the nation's capital. Stars lining up at the Kennedy Center after a big shift in how things are run there, plus more legal challenges now facing the Trump administration. We caught up with our partners at The Hill for some analysis. Judy Kurtz from The Hill is with us. Judy, you covered the big night at the Kennedy Center over the weekend. That was really the first big event since a major shakeup at that organization under President Trump. What was the sense, the feeling like?
Yeah, it was definitely a different kind of feeling at the Kennedy Center during this night of comedy after some serious drama took place at the Kennedy Center in recent weeks after President Trump overhauled the Kennedy Center's board, named himself as its chairman. Before all that took place, the Kennedy Center was announced that it was honoring Conan O'Brien with its Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. This is a prestigious award they give every year to different comedians. Conan O'Brien was the recipient this time around and still accepted the award as planned, despite President Trump announcing he was going to be taking over the Kennedy Center's, operations there. We talked to Conan O'Brien on the red carpet, and he said that, there's a lot going on in the world, but probably Trump taking over the Kennedy Center, it should be at the top of the priority list. Conan O'Brien was, of course, taking on a mocking tone with his answer to us.
Yeah, sticking to D.C. here, it seems like the Trump White House keeps ending up in court with all of these moves and the cuts they're trying to make when they basically get challenged. Do we think that ultimately it's going to be one of these cases getting to the Supreme Court that kind of gets some final movement here?
Yeah, there's so many court cases now, it's hard to keep up. Some of my colleagues actually have started a court trackers list to try to keep track of all these cases involving the Trump administration. More than 100 lawsuits have been filed against the Trump administration so far, and some have made their way to the Supreme Court, albeit they were appealed by the Trump administration to the Supreme Court, specifically cases involving those fired federal employees who were swept up in part of those cuts by DOJ run by Elon Musk. So we have seen some movement there all the way up to the Supreme Court, and lots of other cases, whether it's freezing federal spending, which has brought plenty of lawsuits, and challenging birthright citizenship, another big one. That was, of course, the executive order that President Trump signed on his first day in office, ending birthright citizenship, now the subject of numerous lawsuits, and it's been temporarily blocked by several judges.
Yep, and something to track for sure. Judy Kurtz from The Hill. Judy, thank you so much.